Hello, everyone, and welcome to another reading-based question, which is known as a parasummary-based question. So, we are jumping into this particular important type of verbal ability question for the CAT exam, which is known as a parasummary question, isn't it? Parasummary. Now, this question type is essential because it also tests your ability to comprehend um, the passage or any passage and identify its most accurate and concise summary. Um, so let's go over how to approach this question strategically. So first thing it's called as understand the passage. Understand the understand the passage. Understand the passage. So in a para summary question, you will be given a nothing but a short passage, and one's job is to read and understand its you can say that central idea, isn't it? The key here is not to get lost into the details, but focus on the main point. Focus on the main point, right? Or you can say that what the core argument, the core argument. So, argument of the passage. Uh, so, you can ask yourself, what is the author trying to convey or means present in the fewest words possible? Then, after this, you can analyze each and every option which is given below that. So, what you will do, you will then the presented with the four different summaries, and one of them will be the most logically a logical and accurate representation of the passage, isn't it? So, um, however, remember that some options may look tempting, but subtly distort. Distort means called as you can say that distorting the main idea, the meaning of the passage too. Others may focus, you can say, too much on specific details, too much on specific details, which is not the goal of a good summary, right? So the main thing is called as you need to know about how to eliminate wrong choices. Let's say that if you talk about these four options are given, option A, option B, option C, and option D. So you can say option A might be including, you can say unnecessary, unnecessary details, unnecessary details that were present in the passage but are not essential to its main idea, right? Not essential to main idea. Option B could be, you can say that misinterpret the tone, misinterpret the tone. Um, you can say that, or you can say exaggerating a point, taking the author's argument. You can also say out of context, right? So similar to that, option C could be known as a concise, but might leave out the core argument. Core argument might be leave out the core argument entirely. And if you talk about D, that could capture the essence of the passage in a precise and natural manner. So in that case, this could be likely your correct answer, isn't it? Now, in that case, you can say after even drawing your answer, that called as the first one unnecessary detail, second one misinterpret, third one is concise but leaving out the core argument, and you find out fourth is your correct answer. But cross check with the passage. Once you have shortlisted your options, always go back to the passage, right? Always go back to your passage and match the potential summary with the original test. Ask yourself, does the summary encapsulate the whole idea without any, you can say distortion, or you can say omission, right or not? So then only you can find out the 100% accuracy that yes, this is my correct answer, isn't it? Let's take this test and identify that how we can reach to the correct answer by doing elimination, by reading the passage thoroughly and understanding the main idea or core idea. And we'll also check that how certain choices can be considered as a distorting the main idea and identifying the main idea. So let's go to this particular passage. In the passage, it is stated, the passage given below is followed by the. So here is the direction. The direction said the passage given below is followed by four alternate summaries. We need to choose the option that best captures the essence of the passage, right? So let's read the passage. It is stated the negative effects of declining deposit growth can extend beyond the banking sector and spill over into the broader economy. As banks' liquidity risk increases, their ability or willingness to fund loan growth can decrease. As a result, at a time when banks are becoming more sensitive to credit risk and tightening underwriting standards and loan terms, deposit erosion can further impair the ability of some borrowers to obtain funds or can increase their cost of funding. As some borrowers have few alternatives to bank financing, constraints on banks' ability to fund profitable investment can adversely affect economic activity. Isn't it? So, as we understood the text, let's look at the options and try to identify which option carries the main idea or the core idea of the text and which of the option that distorting. So, through the elimination process, right? Elimination process or comparing or contrasting the choices. Let's look at the first one. The first one said declining deposit growth primarily, right, affects bank liquidity, causing them to tighten loan terms, which in turn impacts borrowers' access to funds and cost. Now, this one focuses on the what? Focuses on direct effects, isn't it? Direct effects on banks, right, and borrowers, but doesn't fully capture the broader, broader economic impact described in the passage, isn't it? So hence we can say option one cannot fulfill the summary. Second one, erosion of deposits leads to increased bank liquidity risk and makes banks more cautious about lending, thereby raising cost for borrowers. Now, this option does what? Highlights highlights the impact on bank liquidity, isn't it? Bank liquidity. And also, you can say that borrowing cost, isn't it? Borrowing cost, but misses the broader implication for the economy, right or not? So, in that case, you can say the implication of the economy is also needed, right? The broader implication for the economy, which is also needed. So, which is missing in option two. So, in that case, you can say option two also cannot be called as a complete summary. Option three stated declining deposit growth impacts the broader economy by reducing banks' lending ability and increasing borrower cost, which affect the economic activity. Now, option three, look into it. What does it say? Declining deposit growth impacts the broader economy by reducing banks' lending ability and increasing borrowers' cost, which affects economic activity. So you can say that this summary effectively captured the essence of the passage by addressing both the, you can say that both the effect, both the effects, right, on bank, effects on whom? Bank and the borrowers and the broader economic impact, isn't it? Broader economic impact affects economic activity. So in that case, you can say this is the perfect summary which cover everything, isn't it? So, but let's look at the option four before we consider option three is the final answer. So four said deposit erosion results in banks reducing their lending and increasing cost for borrowers, which adversely impact economic activity and limits borrowers funding option. Now, if I look into this particular option, this option summarizes what? This option summarizes, you can say that the impact impact on banks and impacts on banks and borrowers, and mention the adverse effect, isn't it? So it is stated about what uh, uh, adverse effects on economic activity, but is less precise. You can say that, or you can say it is a wordy one, precise about how these factors interrelate. So in that case, we consider 4 is also not the appropriate summary, or you can say 4 is not as good as option 3, right? So in that case, option 3 is the good one or the better one, or you can say the best of all. So option 3 is the best summary as it comprehensively reflects how declining um, deposit growth affects banks' lending ability, borrower cost, and the broader economy, right? Economic activity. It accurately captures the, you can say that, uh, essence, essence of the passage, including the interplay between these factors and their impact on economic activity. So we consider the correct answer is option 3. I hope you understood this. Okay. So that's what you can find out here. I hope you understood this. That's all. Thank you.